the accumulated filth of all the sex and murder will form up upon the wastes, and all the whores and politicians will look up and shout, "Lend me the comic." And I'll look down and whisper, "No."
Tonight's Glenn. This is my long-awaited, at least for me, since I pre-ordered this, but this is my review of Doomsday Clock. I got the infographic Rorschach cover, which is pretty awesome. But first, I also ordered these, and as you can see, ordered to Barry Allen, which is me if I want to be. But I did just tell everyone that I'm Barry Allen, and everyone knows who Barry Allen is. So, you may be wondering, why is Glenn opening stuff randomly in this? But the reason I am is because they are Watchmen badges. So now onto the proper review. Watchmen's one of my favourite graphic novels, one of my favourite comic book films, one of my favourite films altogether. So when I heard that this was coming out, pre-ordered it straight away. That's why I'm annoyed. It took till Monday, which was yesterday, for it to arrive. But apart from that, I've been hyped since I heard the Watchmen was going to be incorporated into the DC comic book universe. And even more ecstatic when I found out that the Jeff Johns, personal comic book idol Jeff Johns, was writing it. And he did not let me down one bit. It's in the style of the Alan Moore, Dave Gibbons Watchmen. But it's extremely true to the story set up in the first graphic novel, and Johns also manages to put his own unique spin on it, which is absolutely brilliant. And the artist whose name's just completely gone from my head, and it's not on the front of this. Also, the art blends the 1980s style of the original, and with the modern techniques extremely well. And going back to the story, from the first page, the suspense is absolutely piled on in a way I haven't felt reading a comic since I read the original, and this is a absolutely perfect follow-up and to it. The next section is going to contain spoilers, so if you do not want spoilers for Doomsday Clock #1, please go away. I mean that in the nicest possible way. So, warning up. This is going to be the theory section of this video. So, theory 1 is that this is the spoiler. The Rorschach that is in this story is not the original. And my theory is this is basically just based on race alone, which I'm a bit guilty of prejudicing who the character is because of that, but yeah, I think that because they're black, you see their hand, and I think that it's the boy from the original Watchmen who's of course reading the comic at the comic book stand where he's reading the Tale of Black Freighter. I think he got injured in the attack and got scarred, and then that's why he's wearing either the original or another version of the Rorschach mask. And yeah, that's basically the Rorschach one. And the second theory is, at the end of this, you see Clark Kent awaking from a nightmare. From what I'm aware, his parents did not die in a car crash. Clark Kent, Jonathan Kent, did not. Martha. How do I know that name? Not Clark. Sorry, die in a car crash, and then Clark wakes up years later, and Lois is like, "Oh, you haven't had a nightmare. I can't remember you having a nightmare." And he's like, "Neither can I." So I think that this is not the Clark Kent Superman we think it is. I think this is a version, a parallel universe of Clark Kent Superman, and he will be Superman in not the DC universe, the Watchmen universe. Everyone, including myself, thought the Watchmen were going to the DC universe. I don't think that's happening anymore. What I think is happening is that they're taking characters from the DC there first. And I think that Clark Kent Superman is in the Watchmen universe rather than them going there. And that's where I think this whole journey is going. So thanks for watching. And remember, just subscribe somehow. The bell's been rung. And it won't stop ringing. The Doomsday Clock has begun.